This is a HeadGum podcast.
This week on the program, the time has finally come. It's Battlefield Earth. I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Scientology.
Oh, God. Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
And we hate movies. Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Hate Movies. Thank you for tuning in to the fine program. As always, if you're new to We Hate Movies, this is a comedy show where we talk about movies, good, bad, and otherwise, and sometimes make fun of them.
Right now, Steve. Now, when your ancestors came across on the Mayflower, Ellis Island.
Yeah.
Is that a chop job? Was it like Scientology ski? Or?
Yeah, it's a Scientologist-oski.
Ernesto Scientology.
Scientology.
Now there's going to be some fucking weird Australian guy outside my house when I get home.
Is that like what? Like
What?
Is that like
We're related.
No, I'm just thinking of that Leah Remini show where it was her and this guy Mike Rinder, who is like this fucking piece of shit guy's like, I used to like intimidate people, but now I teach them about the ills of Scientology.
Oh, I think that dude was in the Alex Gibney documentary.
yes,
He's all over it.
He was like a heel that turned babyface. Basically, he's like, oh
Right.
no, I don't believe in Scientology anymore. Sorry about the car bomb.
What was his name? Dash Rendar?
Mike Rinder.
Okay.
Hey, what do you call a fat Scientologist?
What's that?
A Scientologolly.
Yeah, it works.
As you may have guessed, this week's episode is Battlefield Earth from the year 2000.
Do they have Santa Claus?
Ironically directed by a man named Roger Christian, which I think is quite funny. This, of course, is continuing Listener Request Month here on the program. This one comes to us from Nakoma from Minnesota. Let's see what he had to say.
Hey guys, this is Nakoma from Minnesota. Just wondering why you haven't done Battlefield Earth yet. That steaming dump. It's the only movie I ever walked out on, and I walked out the moment they decided to blow up somebody's head off screen. The one redeeming moment they could have had off screen. Thanks guys, keep it up. Talk to you later. Have a great day.
I like this guy. I think this guy can be one of the hosts of this show.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Chris, get
unless
out.
you don't want a job anymore. Cabin's getting fired? Oh, that's fine.
Cabin's been fired.
That's fine. Okay.
Nakoma is going to join us from now on.
No, I mean, that's what next time we do this, you do cocaine before you call. That's going to help
think
everything.
that's what he did?
No, I'm just
This
guessing.
dude's just singing at home like, you know what, man? I just had fun on a fucking phone call.
Well, he's up there. It's a very snowy state. Maybe he's,
doing a little bit of both.
doing some rails of snow.
That smells more like Canadian Club to me.
Okay.
It got a little wild.
Is that code for meth?
Yes, Eric.
Whiskey.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because this is just one of those movies, man. It's like you hit one of these big guys. It's one of these top shelf bad movies.
Who had everybody seen it before or nobody?
No, I avoided this like the fucking
Me
plague.
too.
I saw this like a few years after it actually came out, and then I was always just like, "We got to do that on the show one day."
Did you rent this on Netflix?
I don't know what the fuck I did.
Do you rent something from Netflix?
Maybe
Well,
it might have been
back
a
in the
disc.
day,
It might-
yeah, that's what I was
right,
thinking.
Right. Because it's streaming on Netflix right now.
It might have been a disc in the mail. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I weirdly never saw this movie until like 2 or 3 years ago. I think when we were doing an LA show, it was like, you want to do Battlefield Earth? And I was like, no. And I watched it. But it was never like a no, never, but it was like not really for that thing. And
Right.
now
We
you're
have
here.
to clarify though, this is not one of the titles that we've said no, nay, never.
Yes, that's the rule.
No,
Yes.
nay, never, no more.
I was pushing it for LA because that is the hometown of Battlefield.
Well, that's what the dude fucking
Scientology
speaking of car bombs, we didn't want to get fucking assassinated at the Hollywood Improv.
Excuse me, Mr. Sadak. Do you think there's something interesting about my religion?
Hi, Sidak, blammo.
Yeah, I think it's fucking funny. Just like I think all religion is funny. I think we could, when we do our Rome show one day, we should do.
We should do Angels and Demons or the Da Vinci Code
or Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, that's, I think,
maybe
the
we'll,
big one.
we'll save that for Jerusalem.
Yeah, right.
Our big tour of Jerusalem.
A hometown show, dude.
Yeah, we'll be playing the fucking President Trump train station.
We're just busking on it.
I get to wear the hat? What were you saying, Steve?
I fucked that wall. No. This is a movie about aliens who have conquered Earth, and Barry Pepper's like the lone white guy resistance boy.
Barreled Pepper is in this movie, banking off his super success in Saving Private Ryan, because I remember watching that movie, thinking, whoa, this is Barreled Pepper, man. This guy's going to go somewhere.
Right.
This guy's going to be like a star.
Yeah.
But no, fucking Vin Diesel, the guy that fucking farts and bleeds on the pavement, is the guy that went on to super.
Well, Vin Diesel didn't do this movie. That's
no, I know, but he was in
smart
Saving
move on
Private
his part.
Ryan.
Yeah, a lot of people were in Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Paul Giamatti's star rose right after it.
Wasn't Barreled Pepper in that?
Yeah,
people raved about Barreled Pepper.
He was a breakout of that movie.
Yeah.
Was he?
He's the sniper. He was
Dude,
like
it was the feeling in the air. It was the pepper energy that went across the entire country after that movie.
He's actually a good actor, and I think that 25th Hour he's excellent in.
Yeah. Is he also in, speaking of Vin Diesel, Boiler Room?
No,
he's not in that movie.
He's in Knockaround Guys, which is like a cousin of Boiler
yes,
Room.
that is a great way to describe that movie. It's totally a cousin of Boiler
They're
Room.
kissing cousins, man. I think Scott Caan's in both.
Oh, but Boiler Room has Giovanni Ribisi, who is also in Saving Private Ryan, or no?
Yes, he is.
Is he? Okay.
Yes, he is.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan in a really long time.
Yeah, it's kind of like Saving Private Ryan was like the Breakfast Club with World War II.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just like everybody blew right up out of it, shot up like a.
I mean, they copy the scene where Emilio Estevez almost shoots a Nazi in the back of the head.
No, you kids are staying in D-Day. You were bad. You're going to detention day. It's in Normandy.
It was crazy when Matt Damon was shaking all that dandruff off onto the fucking cemetery.
It's Matt Damon, Tom Hanks, and Tom Sizemore are all doing that dance montage, but to the Chattanooga Choo Choo.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Ed Burns is the Judd Hirsch in that scenario.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That
Edward
movie's
Burns.
got a lot of Ed Burns in it.
Did I ever tell you my super awkward Saving Private Ryan story?
Please.
One time I came home from like a party. I don't know if I was in high school. Maybe I was in college. I was super fucked up. And I walked in and like the house my parents were living in at the time, like the kitchen and the living room, it was like open air, so you could hear what was going on in both rooms at the same time. Sure. And I'm in the kitchen. I don't know what's going on in the living room. I'm in the kitchen. I'm getting like maybe it was another beer out of the fridge or something. And I hear my dad's in the other room watching a movie. I can't see what's on the television. I haven't looked in the other room at all. And I just hear someone going like, "Mommy, mommy, mommy." And I thought he was watching, I was fucked up. I thought he was watching like a bad comedy or something. So I just start mimicking what I'm hearing. And I'm going, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy." And I walk into the room and my father is watching a boy bleed to death in Saving Private Ryan. And he is giving me the fucking scorn of the century, just staring through my soul. And I was like, "Oh, Saving Private Ryan, huh?"
Oh, man.
Left
See,
the room.
You do not get between a dad and Saving Private
No,
Ryan.
sir. Nope. Fucking cardinal sin, dude.
Here I thought you had just gone into your kitchen and loudly said, "Ha ha, World War II was great."
No, it was super awkward, and I felt terrible.
Don't you forget Normandy.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not bad.
And then it goes on like
It
that.
Anything we can do to not talk about Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, we're just going on that one. Huh?
Don't bother putting in your guts.
My favorite.
It's over anyhow.
It's so cute in that movie how like Tom Hanks is this little kid. He makes a wish. He becomes a big old guy, and he like shoots at a tank with a gun.
Yeah. And Tom Sizemore's the little boy. That's his friend. And
Yeah.
Anyways, Battlefield Earth. The Earth, by the way, is fucked, you guys.
Holy
Man
what?
is an endangered species, ladies and gentlemen.
Totally, because this is the saga of the year 3000.
Oh, wow.
In the year 3000.
You know, I'll give this one to Elron, dude. At least he's like, I'm not going to set it in 2041 because in 2041 everyone's going to be making fun of me.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, he's right. He was smart to do this. But at the same time, it's like, so there's Scientology, and he writes these books, and it's like, Lord Zeno came down and farted. And it's like, this is like your holy testament, right?
Sure.
And I don't think that's true.
Well, Zeno's not in the
Wait,
book.
he didn't fart?
No, Zeno's not like this. Is like
This
he's
is
just
not
like a
Zeno.
science fiction writer.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to get to.
This
Is
is
like
in the 80s. Scientology was around.
No, I know, but
founded-
this isn't like one of
Right.
their.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You know,
this is exactly
holy texts.
And the fact that your fucking prophet founds your religion, which includes alien hokum, and then also writes this fucking science fiction garbage, it's
Right.
just like, how is that compatible in their minds?
Right. Yeah.
That's my issue.
You know what? Here's the thing about Scientology, dude. Just don't think about it too much.
Well, I mean,
and
like,
you'll
yeah,
be
it's-
totally fine.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John didn't write a sword and sandals book afterwards. You know what I mean? It's not like...
Well, imagine if they did.
Yeah, Eric would have read all volumes of it.
Fucking great.
If that was true, you're right, Kevin. Eric would be like the most religious person I've ever met in my
Well,
life.
I don't know. Like, the thing is, like, when they would have written it, it might have been a little arcane. I
Yeah.
can't really, I'm not hanging out reading the Bible.
Oh, there's going to be magicians in it. You're going to read it.
Magicians.
The Bible's
Kevin, we
about-
call those wizards.
Oh, okay.
The Bible
No,
is-
no difference.
The Bible is about magicians.
Yes.
Paul, you know, you got
Jesus
that,
was a
that
magician.
guy is a great wizard.
Yeah,
He was
dude,
great
he's-
with sleight of hand, dude. Water into wine.
I heard he was fantastic with balloon animals.
How did he do that trick with the water into the wine? Did he like prick his thumb?
A great magician never tells, dude.
He had one of those like weird like tubes up his sleeve.
Oh, that's-
it was one of those situations.
Nice.
Yeah, a little fucking like camel pack was under his shawl.
He had a gigantic back.
Oh, they're
That
like,
is
oh
just
man, he's got a
great
hump.
sound.
Oh, the Lord is a humpback.
No, no, because listen, no one's ever going to worship a humpback.
Yeah, that's
guaranteed.
true.
Sorry, humpbacks.
Well, maybe after the cross is off, he'll have a hump there.
So John Travolta stars as a humpback in this. Pretty much. This fucking armor and these boots and shit.
It's
What are we doing?
absurd. We don't see him for a little bit though. But
No.
yes, he looks. The look is bad. You've got to do, and we didn't do this that much, but like. Hagrid was right around the corner, like, you know what I mean, and so was Lord of the Rings. There, like,
Hagrid was a year later. So
like,
was LOTR, I think.
So figure out how to like film. Like the stilts are just stupid. It looks really, really bad. They're just wearing obvious stilts. It's nuts.
They're all walking around like they're bad circus performers. Like, you have to, like, John Travolta and Forrest Whittaker, like, they got their arms out. They're fucking keeping their own balance. Like, easy does it, Whittaker.
Just get those heavy sole fucking shoes that like kids at Cold Chamber concerts wore.
That's it.
That's all you need.
That's
It's
right,
fine.
Kevin. You just need some fucking grade A Hot Topic boots, and you'd be totally
Chris
fine.
Cabin, you mentioned Cold Chamber a lot.
I had that. I definitely had that first record.
Were you a kid at one of those concerts wearing those boots?
Oh no. I
What's-
just what?
What's your ranking on Placebo there? I feel like
Oh, they were
Placebo's around.
Placebo-
they weren't
band?
new metal.
Yeah.
They weren't new metal.
No,
They
but you could
weren't
wear
new
those
metal.
boots to a
They were-
placebo
Oh, yeah.
show.
And nobody would blink, guaranteed.
They were kind of glammy. I liked Placebo for
I was
a
into
while.
placebo for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Everybody was.
I don't know.
Pure morning.
Would I recognize a placebo song?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I don't think we can replicate it here. Cabin tried, but
Yeah.
it's tough.
It's quite a unique voice.
Oh, I thought that was a fucking humpback whale singing.
A friend in need is a friend indeed. A friend with weed is better.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
wow, but that was their
hold on a
music?
second. But you agree with that sentiment, don't you?
Of course I do, but I'm not singing it like I'm in a magical forest.
But it's better.
Was that
hold
the
on a
delivery?
second.
Yes.
Close.
But it was close. But already that's better than Scientology, right?
Yeah, a lot of things are better than Scientology.
Please do not go to the placebo show instead of the Scientology Expo. L. Ron Hubbard.
It would be great if I could walk in the subway and there was someone at a little table that was like, "Say there, would you like to listen to the new placebo record?"
Well, trick question. There's no new one.
Oh no! Cold Chamber is not affiliated with this church we do here. No, we are pure placebo.
You know, but while this is not like a sacred textbook, you can definitely get some of the themes of Scientology
Sure.
from this, including the big thing where like they're trying to get like the upper hand with people. The leverage shit, and the fucking filming people doing shit. That is all classic Scientology moves. It is. All those fucking tapes that they have.
All the toilet cams.
Tons of toilet cams, dude.
Classic.
This is what nobody knows about L. Ron Hubbard. He loved watching people take a leak. Dudes, ladies.
Hold on a second. I feel like the cease and desist is already coming.
Oh, it's already.
Yeah, now before you go too far into our auditing session, would you like to use the restroom? If you hear any buzzing noises, there's a bee in there. No cameras.
That's right. We hate movies. I, David Miscavige, have brought L. Ron Hubbard back. Tom, meet him.
That would be cool. Imagine this episode makes David Miscavige bring L. Ron Hubbard and David Miscavige's wife back from the dead. Because that woman's definitely dead.
And I just want to let them know if they're listening, because they are.
Oh,
they
sure.
monitor all this stuff. That like I'm totally open to their way of life and their religion, and I would love to learn more.
You just got to give them $10,000, and you can.
Well, they should give me $10,000.
That's not how it works. That's not how scams work.
Yeah, you have.
No. They're probably just a great religion, like all the other ones, which are also bad.
The scam is so simple. You give them $500,000. You work for them forever. But it's the best scam in the world.
But he just said 10,000. Now it's 500.
Oh no, for the real shit.
If you want to jump levels, dude, like cabins.
If you'd like me to get the bee out of the bathroom, it's going to cost you $500,000.
Cabin's giving you the Game Genie code, dude. $500K up front.
Wow.
You're like the leader. You're like a third-tier leader.
You're at least in the room with Tom Cruise. You might not get to meet him.
I need to meet Tom Cruise. So up those Patreon contributions. Patreon.com/WeHateMovies.
No, we're already off the air. Basically, it's like 3,000 years in the future, the world is dead. Barry Pepper is living in caves with the Nazi from Indiana Jones 3. That's the chieftain.
What?
Oh, that's what the dude with the scars on his face?
Yeah.
Wait, which Nazi?
Well, I'm sorry, there's the Nazi the tank Nazi that goes off.
Oh, the tank Nazi.
Yeah.
I love tank Nazi.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say I was a little like the only text they give you is man is an endangered species.
After a saga of the year 3000. It's Battlefield Earth, a saga of the year 3000. Man is an endangered species. I thought there was more scroll to come.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking? Okay.
You got to help me a little more than that movie.
Is it credits now? Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
So it's basically like, this movie is basically kind of like Planet of the Apes for fucking morons.
Yes, this is very Planet of the Apes at the start.
Because it's like these aliens run Earth now. At, what are they called? Gleepglot? Not Gleepglot.
Cyclos.
Cyclos.
It's a bad
Hold on
word.
a second.
So
Cyclos.
the Brooklyn Cyclos, dude.
Okay. Now can I learn about this guy's religion? Because it sounds right.
Wait, you didn't see Cyclo open for Cold Chamber? They were fantastic.
No, I was at the placebo show.
But yeah, it's a bad word. A lot of this is bad though. Like we're calling them man animals and breath gas,
rat brain.
But
I like all three of those.
There's this great Upright Citizens Brigade sketch from the original show, the '90s show, where I think like Matt Besser is a science fiction writer, and it's all this joke where it's like, oh, the spaceman took out his food pack and got the nutrition food, and it's like it's a redundant phrasing that does nothing to tell you anything about anything.
Right. I forget. There was another sci-fi movie we did in the show at some point.
Yes.
In the storied history of We Hate Movies, but it was that same like, we're just making overly complicated terms for shit when we don't need to. Just say air.
Yeah.
Like just say,
Say man, say
man,
animal,
a
either
less
or.
complicated thing for whatever liquor they're
And
drinking.
instead of rat brains, say brains.
Some of this might even fly if you also didn't talk like a baby otherwise. Like crap. Did you hear how many times they say crap in
Did
this?
they say crap?
They say crap like 7 times.
Who's saying crap?
Like John Travolta and Forrest Whittaker will not curse, so they just say crap.
Can Scientologists not curse? No, Travolta said lick my bunghole motherfucker.
Yeah.
We could have used a lick my bunghole motherfucker in this movie.
That would be wonderful.
But it would be like, lick my excrement port.
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow, that's some fucking sexy pillow talk.
Yes.
Man.
I kinda
Lick
like
my
it.
fucking excrement port.
That's like droid porn.
Oh, R2, what are you doing back there? Oh man, this movie's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
So
let's not talk about it.
Sorry.
We're doing our best. Not
Barry
to.
Pepper comes in and he's like, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
And then his love interest is like, your dad is fucking dead.
Oh yeah, that's a great line. The gods took your father in the night, and then I don't know what it is because you don't see what's in his hand. Maybe it's a rock or something. He throws something in the air in slow motion, like fucking 2001.
Well, that was the medicine that he was trying to save his dad with. His dad was sick.
Oh, he was getting medicine?
He's like, I gathered all of the medicine from as much as I could find. He's like, yeah, your dad's dead. He goes, yeah. And then some other guy's like, I could use that medicine.
Yeah, totally. Where's my insulin?
Yo, dude,
We're all dying here.
that's a transmittable disease. We're all very sick.
The dad totally gets a fucking James T. Kirk funeral, though.
Oh yeah,
Buried under a pile of rocks. Awesome.
Not bad.
Just covered enough so the vultures don't bother with it.
And the one thing in the cave when Barry Pepper's like, I'm gonna go out there. I know that there's a world out there and we can have a decent life, goddammit.
Hell yeah.
And then he fucking the Nazi fucking leader guy because he's so like poor and has nothing, like he's made himself, it's so sad, a crown of like twigs.
yeah.
And he's just like kind of, I'm like, that's not skulls. What is this? Are you like threatening trees by doing this?
Dude, they're like little kids playing outside. And it's just like, I'm the king.
Yeah, so the Nazi king also says, like, you can't go out there because demons have descended from the skies. And
All
we have
the
to
monsters, right.
Yeah, the monsters. We have to stay and pray to the old gods so that one day the old gods will come back and chase the demons away, which are the aliens.
But you know what's interesting, Eric, is that they do a close-up of really like scary looking like demon Godzilla thing.
Yeah.
Well,
that
yeah,
you
'cause
think
they-
might come up later in this movie.
It does. It's called John Travolta.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cave drawings at this point.
What I do love, though, is we have all these fake words for all this shit, but then they're just plainly saying monsters.
Yeah.
Fucking figure this out before
Dude,
cameras
it's
are
a
rolling.
Fucking book written by some asshole in like the early 80s who had no grasp on science fiction.
Yeah, well, I was a best-selling author, and what are you?
And the caveman said, "There's another monster from outer space." And check, please.
Here's my friend over in the corner drinking a fine cocktail of paint thinner and whatever else was in that movie. Oh,
We're gonna have a sexual orgy later and use our sex magic to create little men. Whatever.
I put a little man in your belly. Look out there, Amy Adams. There's a little man in your
Didn't
belly.
L. Ron Hubbard have like?
Spaceman in your belly.
Didn't he have like sex voodoo parties?
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
Yeah.
He followed Aleister Crowley.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Aleister Crowley, dude, that guy knew what was up.
Yeah. Everybody knows about the man in the high castle. Well, I was the man in the cheat castle because that fucker dick fucked me over. Took all my ideas. That was my first religion, goddammit.
You know, I secretly met Richard Nixon. That was something. It was really something.
I was at Bohemian Grove making little men.
I bet he fucking did attend Bohemian Grove,
yeah.
I wouldn't
dude.
be surprised.
Without question.
Fuck, California, dude, man.
That's what they do.
Weird stuff.
Well, he like kept like getting like bounced town to town and like, literally getting chased out with pitchforks almost half the time. He's a fucking con artist. So the Barry Pepper goes on the road. He's
Right.
like, you know, fuck you, fuck everything, and then like. There are no women in this movie, by the way. Like, there's like no, like there's
No.
this love interest who kind of bookends the movie and has like 6 lines of dialogue. Kelly Preston is in a wretched scene, which we'll talk about for at least 20 minutes, and that's it. Like, there's no women in this.
That's
movie.
it. Yeah.
So she's like, oh, you were promised to me. We're gonna have children together, but bye.
What's her name again? Bookend?
yeah. We'll call her Bookend. So he goes, and he's been told that that society is crumbling, and he's been in this insulated society, and then he sees in a Range Rover M. Night Shyamalan. What?
There's a plane flying overhead. He's in fucking Philadelphia. What?
Oh, hey.
Hey, I'm a park ranger. What are you dressed up as?
Hey, what are you a caveman?
Cool, you're doing like caveman cosplay, huh? All right, stay on the trails though.
Look
Bye.
out for scrunts.
Dude, there definitely should be some scrunts in this movie.
Hell yeah.
That's right. I invented the scrunt.
So he goes and like he's attacked by something that looks a little bit like what Chris talks about, like the monster, and he starts hitting it with the nearest stick he can find. But what? It's a fake dragon in a mini golf course.
And this is where I immediately gave up on this movie because we're told this is the year 3000.
Yeah.
And this fucking shit ass mini golf course hasn't been eroded by time. What are you kidding me?
It's just like overgrown, like somebody like forgot about it for a summer.
All of this shit that
Hold
you
on a
see
second.
of these like empty cities and stuff, no way in 1,000 years is this
See,
standing.
you weren't watching. It's all made of cockroaches.
Also, society ended 30 years ago. Like Barry Pepper was born in a normal place, and this is just what happened.
Is that what we're supposed to believe?
No, I'm trying to make it work.
It doesn't though, dude.
Yes.
Nothing about this works.
What I do like though is he's dressed like Atreyu from
Yes.
the Neverending Story.
He sure is.
Oh, dude, you're gonna make me think about him leaving that horse in that mud. I'm gonna start crying, dude.
Yeah, that was a difficult moment for us.
No, he did the right thing. Let that fucking horse
You know what I
drown.
loved is that goddamn those statues with the eyes, like the Sphinx people that
Oh, yeah.
shoot lasers at people. Remember
Yeah,
that?
those guys-
in
those
that
guys
Neverending
weren't-
Story, man.
This guy didn't fuck around.
Yeah,
And then nothing was like a mean boss.
yeah.
Just
Let's
snarling
just talk
jerk.
about this instead.
No, so the he runs into two dudes. One is played by Kim Coates, who winds up being a big, like the number two, his number two eventually, and then the other's like this fat guy.
Yeah, the fat guy kind of stings. Why did you woohoo Kim Coates?
Yeah.
Because I like Kim Coates.
From what?
I liked him in Sons of Anarchy, and I've liked him in other movies.
Look at this
Sons
dude watching
of
Sons of
Anarchy.
Anarchy.
I watched the first like 4 seasons. It's not bad.
Yeah, okay.
It's stupid as hell, but it's not bad.
Yeah, all right, good.
So,
Because I watched Hell on Wheels, which is clearly the better show.
Yes, he is. This is all coming back to your ants and Mount
yes,
love.
that was the premier wheeled drama of the mid 2000s.
Thank
I'm
you.
just letting you know.
Thank you.
If we're putting a drama on wheels, it's Hell on Wheels or bust.
Yes.
Wow, 92 episodes of Sons.
Yeah, he was big in it.
Charming California. Shut up.
Tig Traeger.
He's been around for like he was in like a bunch of 80s and 90s action movies.
Yeah, he was in the
he's
Bad
been
Boys, which was on Patreon.
Yeah, there you go.
The one they wind up like almost fighting, but then they're like, "Hey, let's talk this over some squirrels. Let's go to our cave." What? Their cave is a mall.
Oh, man.
And we're doing all this stupid shit. Again, these mannequins would be dust.
Totally dust. And they're walking around and they're like, oh, well, I see this person over here crossed that fucking cyclore or whatever. They think they're like frozen in time.
The gods.
Oh, right.
Did
Yeah.
this to them.
Oh, they crossed the gods, was it?
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
there's
see.
statues out in society, and they say that it's like these people that turn their back on God at the last second.
Oh,
that got
right.
Frozen in place.
There is a weird. Did everybody catch the fucking McDonald's
Oh, yes.
reference with
Yeah.
all of this where Barry Pepper's talking about how like people used to eat and he's like, yes, they would go and find these golden arches and would get meat from a building and I'm like, you're just talking about McDonald's in the year 3000.
Oh,
And they would
sorry.
worship a man named Big Mac.
Dude, Grimace should be a fucking deity in Scientology.
L. Ron Hubbard here. Yes, at this point in the story, I was getting pretty hungry.
And then the big bad Grimace gifted them all with Nuggetrons. Nuggetron.
Then I found out that Arby's delivers.
Hey, Dave. Gonna need some nuggets up here, pal. Gonna need some nuggets in my enormous mouth.
And then the Lord Hamburglar came from the sky to take the burgers from the good men who were just trying to put little people in other people.
So, like, Kim Coates and this fat guy they're acting like assholes, but I mean, the last person they saw was fucking Rosamund Pike. So, the whole all of a sudden, Travolta's guys just fucking bust in.
Yes.
And there's this chase. And one of my favorite things in this whole movie happens here.
Mine too.
Is
but
it where
you go
Barry
first.
Barry Pepper runs down the stairs, and the fat man looks at the stairs, looks at himself, and decides to commit suicide.
It's so awesome. He just jumps off that staircase and falls like 30 feet.
Yeah!
It's like, of course you broke your ankle, fat guy. What are you
But then
doing?
at the bottom of this, Barry Pepper like stumbles and he walks through 5 glass planes.
Yep. Oh my God. He gets shot in the back, and they keep showing him go through these glass panes.
Like,
it's so funny.
That shit would be broken. The mannequins, I don't know. I don't know how this cancerous things that we've made, I don't know if they biodegrade at all.
But the glass,
something would have shattered.
Well, we can talk about the direction here. Yeah, the direction's terrible. It's Roger Christian, who is a second unit director on Star Wars there.
Yeah. George Lucas recommended he direct this movie, so fuck you, buddy.
Is that true?
Yeah, Lucas recommended him for this.
Wow. I'm playing a prank.
Yeah, I'm going to get that Christian son of a bitch good.
I came from the spirit world to talk to George, and we discussed that only somebody from his organization could make this movie. Only one with imagination of the Star Wars universe could make this movie.
Oh, hey, Roger. It seems like your movie's flopping there. Guess what? You take a swipe at the king, you better not miss. Click, click.
Yeah.
That'll teach you to fucking skip out on the $30 you owed me from poker night, buddy. I made you direct this colossal failure because you owed me 30 big ones.
I signed your name over to David Miscavige. Have fun with that, fella.
Hey, buddy, after you direct that failure, you're going on to C-Corps.
Yeah, that contract's for 6 million years, pal.
Hope you enjoy the 7 C's, fuckface.
Hold on to the cans, buddy.
It's like that he's signing over people to Scientology.
Yeah, I'll put you into human bondage, whatever.
The direction, we've got like everything's Dutch angles, everything's fucking purple.
My God.
All of the action happens in slow motion 2 to 3 times each time anyone fucking farts.
The mid-wipes that are happening.
Oh.
Dude, and it's just an excuse to get out of scenes. And what we're doing in some cases, I remember specifically a shot of Forrest Whittaker where he like finishes a line of dialogue and then immediately the wipe starts happening at like the last syllable.
Yeah.
And they like slow motion it as the wipe is going just to like prolong it because there's not footage or like it's so bad.
And with all the shitty filters, we cannot blame this on Traffic because Traffic came out the year this came out. This is pure unstepped on stupid.
Yeah, you're totally right, dude. We're talking purple filters, green filters, blue filters.
It's the year 2000. It's very that first Lost in Space movie or that Lost in Space movie.
Mm-hmm.
Science fiction was in a bad spot.
You're totally right.
You know, it was just a bad spot.
Wait, before we move on from this mall attack, my favorite thing in this movie is that horse getting assassinated.
Oh, right.
Dude, it's so awesome. They fucking stun this horse, and the horse is like, no! He fucking falls down. It's great.
Well, that's the movie magic. It goes slow motion, and like you can clearly see that the trainer's just like, go down.
Yeah.
just tilt your head and go down. Just go do that.
Baskets, down baskets.
Okay, bring in Blimpy. The baskets ain't working.
So they get taken to a camp. There's some
a human processing center, please.
Also known as Denver.
Yeah. Wow. What a great thing. I've always wondered what Denver would look like in the year 3000.
Oh, is that why they need things to breathe? Because it's Denver? It's
Yeah,
really
exactly.
hot. No, they have like these stupid nose things, which
Because it's under the dome. Like
yeah.
they put Denver under a dome that like I guess mimics the cyclo atmosphere.
The cyclos can't breathe Earth's atmosphere, and the people can't breathe the cyclo atmosphere. So at every point in this movie, somebody's wearing a fucking nose piece.
And you might be thinking the dome, it's like Under the Dome or the Simpsons movie. It's Synecdoche, New York.
Yeah,
It's like
just
a big fucking...
It's
like
a warehouse. It's a warehouse with a bunch of flat windows on it, and they keep saying dome.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, they
a
don't.
dome is curved.
And then
We're
at the
like
end, Diane Weiss has to tell John Travolta it's okay to die.
It's not like this alien object that was dropped on Denver. It is like they had to have contractors installing windows and shit.
Yeah, here, you're gonna need a warehouse dome. The cheapest dome we got, fellas.
Here's your problem. The caulking failed.
You're telling me your caulking failed?
Yeah, we been asking me and the boys, are you guys Klingons or what? Because we got a couple of Star Trek fans. You trying to get some autographs.
No, we're not Klingons.
And yeah, you need more caulk.
Travolta is introduced right here, and he is just from frame one terrible.
He is the best and worst part of this movie, though.
Yes.
Like when he's not on screen, I'm like, God, get me back to Travolta. Like,
Yep.
And I like Barry Pepper, but like, you know, he's got nothing to do. At least Travolta's just chomping the scenery.
No, you need maniac energy for this
Yes,
to work.
exactly.
You can't, like that's kind of why Barry Pepper, he flounders in this because you don't have anybody with any energy. He's like, yeah, I'm
Right.
just gonna run.
That's why I need to be like Nick Cage or
Yes.
something. And I know they just did Face Off, but
if I
imagine.
need somebody to play like a kind of dick mom's boyfriend,
Yeah.
Barry Pepper. If I need a fucking Planet of the Apes style humanoid dude running around saving humanity,
A Luke Skywalker type either, not Barry Pepper.
no, not at all. If someone's like a kind of put upon lawyer, Barry Pepper.
Yeah, like he would have been fine in The Big Short or something.
Yeah.
Running around there, or
Yeah,
Casino
he-
Jack or something like
Yes.
that shit.
Yep.
Ex-baseball player, addicted to pain pills.
Yep.
Barry Pepper.
Absolutely, yeah. Dude who's a teller who robs his own bank, Barry Pepper. Absolutely. Savior of humanity, not so much Barry Pepper.
Exactly.
A guy who voices a religious vegetable, Barry Pepper,
Just
probably
picturing
eventually.
Barry Pepper handing himself a note to rob his own bank. Oh wait, whoa, they're serious.
Oh no, my left hand is telling me to rob this bank, but my right hand doesn't want to do it.
Oh, my left hand's got a gun on my right hand.
You say this, he would be prime for a remake of The Hand.
Oh, I like
Oh,
that.
sure.
Definitely.
Oh, biology teacher who fucks his student, Barry
Oh,
Pepper.
definitely.
Yep.
Yes.
Of course. I mean, he was just showing her what biology was.
He could have been one of those Waco guys.
He was just
Yeah,
trying to
he could have been in Waco, absolutely.
just trying to put a little man in her.
Out of work dad who goes to a park every day as opposed to going to work because he's keeping the unemployment from his family.
Yep.
Barry Pepper.
Absolutely.
Paul in the Park. That's my new script coming out.
So he escapes from these dudes really quickly. He grabs one of these aliens' guns and fucking kills this guy.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing where like they don't understand that the human beings, what with the opposable thumbs, can figure this shit out and whatnot. So like Travolta comes up and he's like, "What the hell happened here?" Because Barry Pepper like literally runs into John Travolta.
Yeah.
Well,
Like he runs into
what-
the start of the movie.
What is so funny about this sequence is Barry Pepper arrives outside of a prison, shoots a guard, and then runs into prison.
Yeah.
And then he's stopped by Travolta, who then doesn't believe a man animal could have done this. And he's like, I'm not writing a death certificate that says a man animal killed this man.
There's so much talk about filing paperwork in this movie.
That's
Oh,
exciting.
and another barn burning scene I'm going to write in. Oh, they're filling out a mysterious death certificate.
Yeah, it's all it's all of Brazil, but it's all in the office.
Yes. And we're doing this thing where obviously the cyclos don't speak English, and the way the humans hear cyclos, it's just like literally a voice track from fucking The Fifth Element. It's like,
Yeah.
and it's just like they literally lifted that from that. But then it's kind of, I like that they stopped that immediately. Like Travolta's going, "Brr, brr, brr," and then he's like, "Come on, motherfucker, what the fuck is going on?"
But through this like weird transition audio that's kind of stupid.
I never understood it. I was like, I don't care. They're talking fucking nonsense. or
Every
English.
time, time they go
don't
back and
get
forth,
why
it
they
like
do this.
they slur for a sec. It's like and another thing. Like it's so weird.
I don't get it. Stop doing it. But as long as we're talking about noises,
Uh-huh.
the one you'll hear the most throughout this movie is
Me making fart noises while watching this.
ha ha ha.
Oh yeah, his laughing.
I'm going crazy.
Well, he is a cyclo.
Cyclo killer.
This fucking laugh.
Jessica's
It's gonna be the last thing I hear when I die. I just
hope
know it.
so. I hope so.
And the weird thing is, like, Travolta, obviously, I mean, he is a Scientologist.
Yeah.
And he was the driving force. Like, he wanted to do this since fucking 83 or whatever.
Genius, man. This is a genius book.
And like, I don't know, like, and obviously he actually initially wanted to be Barry Pepper's part, which is Johnny Goodboy, I think is his character.
It's Johnny Goodboy something else. There's a third thing there.
Like, he's a fucking football player, and but he wanted to do that, and then he aged out of it. So he's like, "Oh, I'll play the Cyclo," and it just this. If this was like your passion project, I don't know, show up and do it.
Yeah,
He did. That's the problem.
I guess that's the problem.
Travolta is trash, pretty much. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
by
had
and
his
large.
moments, but he's
He
he's a trashman.
He needs a director. He's a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
He needs a director really to wrangle him
yeah,
down.
he needs to be.
And
His legs need to be shot off like he shoots that cow's legs.
And he finally found his match with Kevin Connolly. Finally, somebody to rein it in.
Oh, you're referring to the film Gotti.
I am indeed.
He asked QT to do this.
This movie?
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He's
That
like,
would've been
come on.
great.
He literally pitched it to him. It's like Pulp Fiction in space. And
what did he
said,
say that?
He said it's Pulp Fiction in space.
Well, this might be what Tarantino's Star Trek might end.
Well, he was
up
like
being
looking at it. Okay, yeah. Big boots like that. Any women wearing big boots?
Or better yet, Jan. Any women not wearing big boots? If you get my drift, Johnny.
Are there open toe sandals on this planet Earth? 3,000 years. I mean, mini golf course is still there. How about open toe sandals for Quentin?
Open-toed. Steve, you just reminded me saying Pulp Fiction in space. I'm not going to name names, but one time I knew a person who saw the film Inglourious Bastards, and it was before it came out. And I said to this person, "Oh, rad, you saw Inglourious Bastards. How was it?" And this person said to me, "Oh, it's kind of like Pulp Fiction with Nazis." And I was like, "Wow, that sounds terrible." And then I saw the movie, and at like 5 minutes into the movie, I was like, "Oh, that person either lied about seeing that movie or is the dumbest person to ever sit in a movie theater."
Yep, exactly.
My favorite part of that movie is when Dr. Mangala's, "Give me my little black medical book."
It's got all my experiments in it.
What was the scene with Rommel? Anybody pricks move.
Yeah, when Rommel holds up that fucking diner, it's a great moment. They didn't call him the Desert Fox for nothing.
Oh, yeah, it's my wallet is the one that says bad motherfucker on it.
Yeah, you want to come hang out later? Stick around, get high. It'll be good. Trudy really likes you. Trudy, the Nazi out there with all the shit in her face. No, that's Eva Braun. That's my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah, bring out the gimp. Yeah, bring him out. Bring out the gimp.
You're saying it's $5 for a milkshake? They don't put schnapps in there or anything?
The big Kahuna burger.
Oh, I hope it's a vegetarian burger. Mein Führer doesn't eat meat.
Oh, look at
You
the
shot
big...
Helmet in the face.
All I'm saying is it was the dumbest take on a movie I've ever heard in my life.
Look at the big plain on bread.
I talk fast, I clean fast, I run concentration camps fast.
See, now that, if that was the movie, yes, it would be like Pulp Fiction.
It'd be
with
almost
Nazis.
exactly like Pulp Fiction with Nazis.
So this security guard, he makes the security guard commit suicide, by the way, because
Yes.
he's like, give the gun back to this fucking rat brain and see what happens. And Barry Pepper kills this other guy. And Travolta's like, well, I'm going to write my little report here.
And then, so we meet Travolta. He is the head of security of Earth.
Which, here's something.
Please.
I was so shocked that his position is as lowly as it is. Like, I didn't know what this movie was about. Like, obviously, I've known what this movie is. I've literally been avoiding it for almost 20 years now. And I'm watching it last night, and I'm like, really? head security guard? That's the thing that you are in this movie? You're not like the king of the alien people?
Or call
no,
him like governor of Earth.
yeah, anything like, no, just chief security. He's fucking Worf. Great.
We're drowning in stupid fucking names. Make up one for him.
Exactly, dude. The most important security guard.
But he hates it because he is only the most security guard on this rotten fucking planet.
Yeah, totally.
And he wants to get off, and he talks about he used to be this like big hot shot who is part of the big academy. He like graduated first in my class.
Oh, whoop-de farts. I wonder if his fucking parents paid to get him in there, huh? Get him into the fucking Head Gleep Glop Academy or whatever. There is
a bartender character in this film that is like an informant that Turl.
Yeah.
That's his name, right? John Travolta.
Travolta's character is named Turl.
He's like fucking with this dude. And he's like, well, since I'm leaving, I'm going to fuck you over anyway. And it's just this fucking useless shit. But I bring him up because that security guard says, hey, man, come on. You know that my son is now going to the academy and it doesn't cost cheap because I'm also now embroiled in this celebrity alien fucking bribery scam.
Come on, pal. My son wants to kill man animals too. Help me out here, Curl or Turl or whatever the fuck.
The one thing that really it's like a verbal
contract.
No, it's a verbal
agreement.
Damn it!
Okay.
It's just
okay. What's not a contract?
Verbal kint.
A verbal trope that happens over and over again that Travolta does all the fucking time in this movie. So he's talking to this guy. He's like, "Oh yeah, sure. That wouldn't just magically appear on your report. It won't magically appear because I'm gonna fucking put it there." And it's like, I would never do anything to you, but my subordinate would. And it's like all of that.
Yeah, because that happens later. Like when
leverage, dude.
He's like, "Oh yeah, no, like I promised, I'm not going to kill him. Forrest Whittaker is." You're like, dude, come on.
Do
it's
that
like
once. You could do that once.
It's like your uncle playing like a shitty trick on you, and you're like, "That's cool, fucking Uncle Greg, you asshole."
It's also fine if you just do it once.
Exactly.
The scene goes on for 12 minutes.
And it's not funny.
And he's like, "Oh, but I'm not going to do it." But yes, I am.
The fucking failed comedy in this movie is outrageous.
Well, actually, you don't know. I'm a really funny guy. I was L. Ron Hubbard. I was a con man, an astrophysicist, a Navy SEAL, and I was a comedian. I had a tight 5 that I did at the opening week of the Comedy Store. It was a tight 5 about electric vibes getting into your body and negatively affecting you.
Oh, you're that guy. Who are your guys?
So Xenu, Richard Nixon, of course, Harry Houdini, Kodos,
and Brian Wilson, of course. Huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Manson. He was a great songwriter.
So, whatever. So, like, we move on. Forrest Whittaker is Travolta's number 2, who's very excited because once Travolta leaves, he will be the number 1.
Right. And Travolta's been, like, training him as his replacement. They're drinking a lot in this movie. An alcohol called Curbango. Great.
It looks like the worst rave juice you would ever get in your life.
It looks like the Secret of the Ooze.
Rave juice.
It's New Orleans swamp juice.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
Is this a real thing?
They're all like fucking hurricane containers.
Yeah, they're drinking fucking beer bones, dude.
Give me back my fucking beans.
I showed my tits. I earned my beads. God damn it. How would I beat you to the tits joke? Beat you to the John Travolta's floppy tits joke?
Turtles gone wild.
And then Turl revealed his magnificent rack. I'm a great writer.
I've never done this before.
He looked like one of those gorgeous aliens you just want to put a little man inside of.
So Travolta's boss shows up, and this guy looks like the most Klingon of all the Klingons.
He looks like specifically that fat Klingon in TNG who's like the Emperor.
Yeah, totally.
Who they do business for a little bit, and then I think he has a fat Klingon heart attack.
Sure. And he comes up and he's like, and he actually does the thing too. He's like, oh, that's right. We wouldn't want you to stay here for another 5 cycles, Turl. We want you to stay here for another 50 cycles without the possibility for renewal.
Whoa, man, he got off he got a harder sentence than Paul Manafort.
It's not 50 though. Doesn't he say like 5 million or something?
No, he
I think
ups
it's
it.
50 cycles
does
with
it?
endless possibility for renewal.
Exactly.
Dependent on the home office, not you. So we will renew it for another 50.
Dude, and just like Scientology is just this like scam business, we're using words like the home office.
Yeah.
I'm surprised John Travolta's not referred to as the district manager.
I mean, he kind of is.
That was probably in the original script, rather than head of security or whatever the fuck he is.
All right, Roger, we got to do some rewrites here. It sounds like he's running a Wendy's.
Well, no, he's not running a Wendy's when the boss shows up and says that it's actually the ugliest crap hole he's ever seen.
Oh, that's right.
Wendy's is actually a nice establishment.
The Baconator is back in season.
Oh man. Oh, so like their whole thing too. It's like something. Why don't we just fuck all and exterminate these human beings all over the planet and then blow up the planet after we also. I love this little
Great
detail.
idea, I think.
We're stealing gold. There's gold in them hills, and for some reason, us aliens value gold.
As a man in 1980, all I could think of is gold. There's nothing else useful in the world.
I loved gold. I loved driving in pink convertibles, and I hated sushi. Good night, Mr. Pocket.
So yeah, but then they're like, oh no, but we have to mine all this gold. And Travolta's plan here, which is actually like, it's insane that this is the plot of this movie, which is like, I'm going to steal gold from behind. I'm an alien, a 9-foot, stupid looking Klingon dreadlocked alien.
Yes.
And I'm going to steal gold from my boss without him looking and then buy my way off this planet. It's like, what am I watching?
Why is
Also,
this
there's a
the
plot.
plan though? Because the whole start of this is like, it's John Travolta's last day at work, and everybody's like giving him a fucking goodbye cake.
Right. Well, now that he's going to be damned to have his job longer, he gets the idea, well, I saw that rat-brained piece of shit, Barreled Pepper, shoot 2 guys. So these man animals have enough wits about them, thank you, Forrest Whittaker, for pointing this out, that we could maybe teach them to mine and do this illegal side practice of having the man animals mine gold for us on the side.
And
now it's Kelly's hero.
and Forrest Whitaker has found a specific deposit of gold that he's going to use for himself,
Right.
but then Travolta gets it over on him and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, because we talk about this plot. My God, is most of it just like, I have cameras, Forrest.
Yeah.
And that's like, I'm like, I don't care.
That's Scientology, dude. You're getting fucking filmed on the can.
Well,
allegedly. I mean, Christianity does this too.
Don't mind that, Davey. It's just a bee in the bathroom.
Remember the bee? It's still in there.
Davey, I can't get that darned bee out of the bathroom. Maybe for another $500,000, I will remove the bee from the bathroom.
Update, Davey. The bee told me that he'll leave for $1 million. Also, what's fucking hilarious right here that he's fucking arguing with this boss about having like this stay extended and whatnot. And at some point, I think it's the boss says to John Travolta that at least when he's rotting in hell, he'll recognize people down there. And I'm like, you have hell?
Yeah.
These Gleep Glops have hell?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Because why the fuck not, man? Fuck
Yeah,
it.
that's right. Why the fuck not indeed, Davey? Hell it is. I'm writing.
The one thing this movie did, the book had that was very Scientology that was excised from this movie, probably because, and there was a lot of like when this movie was coming out, like people were like, is this just a Scientology tool? And then it was like, no, it's just a Star Wars. Don't worry about it. What they removed from this was the Cyclos. One of their biggest characteristics in the book the 1,000-page book. This asshole.
Thanks a lot,
Being
George R.R. Farton.
was put bees in bathrooms.
No,
Cyclos loved bees in bathrooms.
Is being a Tom Cruise fan?
No, it's psychiatrists. They all like were controlled by psychiatrists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And
Right, that's a big no-no in Scientology.
As we know, psychiatry is bullshit because somebody called me a compulsive liar? What? That's gotta be evil.
Well, that's because he fucking wanted Dianetics to be like the APA or
Yes, exactly.
was supposed to fucking pick it up.
You know, that's why Kirstie Alley never played Rebecca Howe on Frasier.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Because Frasier and Niles were psychiatrists, and
Frasier's a sinful show in many regards. I mean, those fucking sherry gluttons.
The
I
pants.
think that's what my dad called them, dude.
I mean, the pants alone. You don't even have to get into the
Wait.
liquor. The pants that fucking Fraser Crane is wearing.
He's just wearing nice suits. What are you talking about?
There's a little pleated going on there.
It was the 90s.
What
What's
do
the matter with
You
you?
want to get his pants off?
Yes.
And they'll all have pleated pants. I'm writing.
Interior, Seattle. Yes, we're inside Seattle. This is screenwriting. Fraser Crane enters. No pants. I'm working on a spec script.
Hey, Davy, I hear the blues are calling.
Dr. Fraser Crane was hanging brain in front of Davy that night.
Look, Davy, this book is, when you read it, it's telling you things that are happening right now.
The father says psychology is bullshit, and the dog barks affirmative.
But so whatever. So that's the plan. Barry Pepper is now in this prison situation. There's
Roz and her boyfriend. What is this about?
I like, so that's how he starts a page. It's like,
What's gonna happen here with Roz and her boyfriend?
It's a treatment. It's not finished. It's just me organizing my thoughts.
Oh, that Niles. He needs another latte.
Bulldog, he is a character.
You know, when you get to level 40 of Scientology, you get to see Maris Crange. So you just need another $400,000.
Oh, suddenly the radio equipment is picking up frequency from planet Cyclo. This is going to be interesting, Mr. Fraser.
I would love that, dude. They're like,
And now you've paid another $750,000.
here's that secret Maris Crane video. And it's just whatever Miscavige getting shot in the head.
oh my lord.
Allegedly.
It's her, dude. It's her fucking death tape, dude. Her snuff film.
Well,
She
she's
just-
probably just in heaven now. Or no, she's in Xenu, which is alive.
In Xenu, everything is fine.
Listen, all religion is bad, more or less, but it's okay if you like it. Even Scientology, you know what?
I was raised a Catholic, and that's horseshit, man. They just
Exactly.
rape
Yeah, that-
kids all the time.
Exactly.
That's really bad. I was
Exactly.
raised the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just rapists.
You know, my church was so devout that in the basement of the rec center, there was just a cigar humidor and a bocce ball court.
Rec Center, I hardly know them.
This will surprise nobody at all, but I wasn't raised, period.
That's true.
So Barry Pepper's in prison. He like kind of unites everybody because there's this stupid scene where eating slop and like the ex-head guy is like, I eat first, then my men do, and then everybody else. And then like he beats the shit out of him really quickly. He's like, we all eat together. And it's like, all right.
That's great, isn't it? You're
It's
really,
inspiring.
really fueling a revolution.
And it's like not oatmeal, but like creamed peas or something.
Yeah.
It's something very, it doesn't look good.
It does
so
not
you
look
didn't care
good.
about it as much this time?
No.
Well,
Oatmeal.
Because on the island, dude, you went fucking ape shit for that oatmeal hose.
Yeah, I would go for I would go for an oatmeal hose, but
creamed peas
no,
hose, nah.
not really.
And again, you know,
I like oats.
like a horse.
1980s movie set on Long Island about a video store clerk who has to rob from his own video store to get his girlfriend an abortion.
Yep.
Barry Pepper.
Absolutely.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Absolutely.
Ruler of the free world that's going to unite the man.
Guy who plays a dude who uses a creamed peas hose.
Yeah.
What if I fudged the books and we never had Jerry Maguire, but all those profits go right to the abortion?
The
about that?
man that founded Quaker Oats, Barry Pepper.
Oh, definitely.
Dude, that's like a more boring version of that Michael Keaton McDonald's movie. What was it? The Croc? What was
Founder.
that? Oh, the Founder.
So then it's Barry Pepper like swindling an old man out of his image to put on the fucking Quaker Oats box.
Get over here, Quaker. I'm going to take your picture and steal your soul.
How do you get these oats out so quick?
So moving on, more stuff happens.
I think that's the name of this movie.
No, that was literally in the screenplay. Just interior. Moving on, more things happen.
More things happen.
Can we talk about there is a character who looks like a final fat emperor?
Yeah, well,
Planet Ship. Boy, that was a good name.
Oh, yes.
yeah. His name is Planet Ship.
The fat guy is named Planet Ship.
He looks like obese Peter Boyle.
He does look like obese Peter Boyle.
Now,
Absolutely. He looks
is-
like if Peter Boyle was melting.
Oh yeah, that guy was nasty.
He's got like 4 George Lucas gobblers in one.
He's like a Cenobite. Like it's not.
He does look
really-
like a Cenobite.
It's a little too Cenobite-y for this movie.
Oh, by the way, did you guys catch this? When John Travolta's boss shows up, it is kind of alluded to that one of the reasons why he's being damned on Earth is because he fucked a senator's daughter.
Yes. Yep.
Fucking
A
nuts.
cyclo senator's daughter.
Wasn't that the plot of that general's daughter movie?
But he
There
was investigating it in that. He didn't fuck the daughter.
Oh, I see.
At least I don't think so. I didn't
Was
watch
that
the
Help
movie.
Her? Was that movie?
No, I saw.
No.
By the way, I saw.
Help Her is Primal Fear.
Oh, right.
Speaking of the Catholics.
I saw the general's daughter with my mom and her boyfriend in theaters.
That's a bad move.
Yeah, why are you doing that?
I don't know. It was just one of those like, it's Sunday evening. Want to go see a movie? Yeah, sure. The general's daughter.
Well, you see, the reason that Planet Ship looks like such shit is because all the other guys have like big fucking cone head heads.
Yeah.
Well, his just sagged down and became a bunch of chins.
I just don't get it.
He looks like he's gonna do the time warp a little bit too. It's a little bit of that going on. It's and he's actually the ruler of the planet, and the idea is they're trying to get over on him. So they're like, oh, what if we trained all these men to do this thing? And how do they get leverage on him or something? They get tape of him saying something stupid.
Oh, later in the movie, Travolta's got him on tape fucking peeing somewhere. I don't know.
Well, like,
Turns out that wasn't a bee.
well, it's all about capitalism, don't you know? Because the whole thing is like, as long as you're boosting profits, it doesn't matter what you do.
Right.
But
right.
if you go
right.
against the commander,
Because they're as a cyclo alien race, they have like a prime profit directive.
Yes.
That like if you find a way, even though you circumvent cyclo law, if it yields more profit, it is then okay.
It's
and
deemed
good.
totally fine.
Yes.
Well, also because the other term I couldn't figure out, I couldn't remember what it was. They say the home office, but they're also most definitely talking about the corporation.
yes,
A ton, which is great.
So Barry Pepper, they're trying to find a way to motivate the men, and it's Forrest Whittaker and John Travolta having a conversation. Like, well, let's let them escape, and we'll find out what their favorite food is, and then we'll turn it against them.
Oh, right. So they
The
like spy on
dumbest
them.
idea ever.
It's so ridiculously bad.
And it's a weird thing where they're like, all right, we're going to stage this whole thing to make them think that they escaped from this like chain gang situation.
Yeah.
And then using all of our P cameras, we're going to like spy on them and see what they like to eat.
Yeah.
There's this whole thing where like one of them finds a rat and they just start fucking Night of the Living Deading this thing.
Yeah, because it's been days they haven't eaten. Because also, like, time in this movie is so confusing.
Well-
like, how long anything takes.
It
Well,
also-
Except for the ending, which is nuts.
it's the most egregious like use of time ever in a movie, I think.
they also suggest that Travolta planted the rat. And he's like, watch watch what they take.
Did they say that?
He's like, look what they're doing. And I'm like, what else were they going to eat there?
His whole thing was like, once they're settled down, they've gotten away, they will eat their favorite food.
Oh, right.
They will feast on their favorite food. And it happens to be that live rat. So then later in the film, Travolta comes around with a fucking dead rat and just throw it in his face.
Do you want lunch?
It's
Hey,
so funny.
do you want lunch?
Like, you should be thanking me.
I love the do you want lunch? Like, there's a couple of really great, like, him just screaming things. And I'm like, how are these not memes? Or like an overly used GIF on Twitter.
Come on. The hangar door opens for the rat train.
There's a great line somewhere around here. So, like, they put little button cameras on all of them, and Barry Pepper like figures out that they're like, or he thinks they're like he hears the cameras like zooming in and out, and he's like,
those are just bees.
well, no, he's like, oh, it's trying to bite you, and he pulls them all off or whatever, and then so like Travolta, all the cameras go out, and Travolta's flipping out, and he's like trying to yell at Forrest Whittaker, and he goes, "Move your fat ass." And then I think that this is a flub that they left in the movie. Also kind of like Star Wars. Do you see when like they're walking down that hallway, like he says, "Move your fat ass." They go walking down a hallway. Travolta totally hits his head on part of it. And he like gets like kind of like knocked for a second, and then like he keeps playing it. And I was like, nah, you fucking just hit your head, John Travolta. That's not the character hitting his head.
You're on these moron stilts. How are you supposed to walk in these things?
That's where the haircuts come from, by the way. Ever since that fucking hit on the head. That's where all these crazy haircuts come from.
Now that they have the intel,
Haircuts, Chris, really?
Hair decisions.
Yeah.
Now that they know that they love to eat live rats or whatever, they pick them up and they bring them back to the facility, and they start teaching Barry Peppers how to learn Cyclo the language.
Not just that. I mean, they teach him like math and and I'm like, Travolta,
but through an eye gun.
You are engineering like someone to fuck you over. That's what's so stupid about all of this.
Well, no, he'll just eat rats. It's like, no.
And then we get this fucking like this broadcast thing. It's like, I am an alien race that was murdered by Cyclos. I guess I'm probably
that
fucking
thing
dead.
Is stupid.
And anyway, do you want to learn the language of our masters, the Cyclos? Okay, well, stand perfectly still, and we're gonna shoot a gun through your face.
It's kind of like Clockwork Orange. Like he's just forced to like look at all of world history or whatever.
A little Matrixy too. We're just
big time.
injecting knowledge.
Big short circuit
as well.
Input.
It's like
Barry Pepper keeps saying.
It's really twisted. Like you essentially defeated this entire race and then scanned them to become your digital butlers. Like for like after
that's how Jeeves got started, man.
Well, do you want to ask Jeeves or not?
He can't answer that detailed of a question.
But the weird thing is one a logic flaw in this film. You'll be shocked,
what?
Is
what?
So John Travolta is the king of Earth or whatever the fuck.
Head security guard.
Please. And like he's like, oh men, what do they like to eat? I don't know, rats. And like, but then later, Barry Pepper, when he gets all this knowledge injected in him, he's like, oh, it's like Euclidean geometry. And I'm like, well, you know what Euclid is, but you don't know that fucking human beings eat pork and rice and fucking beans, which sounds like a great thing.
Oh my God, I'm getting hungry.
No, but you know, like food.
Right.
It's just like you don't know what food is, but you know what Euclidean geometry is. Later, he takes him to like the library of somewhere, and he's like, "Look at all this bullshit." And it's like you don't. It's so.
Did I catch that right when he sends him to this Denver library, and he's like, "Look around, see what doesn't exist anymore." Does he or does he not see the Declaration of Independence?
He does, and he reads it backwards. He starts to pour. He's like turning the pages backwards.
So how does he learn English?
He doesn't.
Unless the Cyclos learn English. And if that's the case, then they know that they eat regular food.
He knows caveman talk, and then he knows Cyclo. And then like once he gets the eye gun with the Cyclo, we get another one of those moments where the Cyclos are talking like, well, they like rats. And now Barry Pepper understands their language.
But he says Euclidean geometry, which is it's a human term.
You know what? That whole scene of him like in this prison cell showing all the other primate men the fucking math shit is useless. It comes to nothing.
Well, it's so fucking funny because the one guy's like, hey, wait a second. How is this going to help with our humanity uprising?
Oh, it won't.
It's just for funsies.
Well, if there are 3 cyclos and you cut one of their fucking heads off, how many cyclos do you have left?
Right. If one cyclo gets off at Albuquerque and then 2 cyclos get on at Santa Fe.
They're all eating rats on the train.
Well, of course. How many rats is that?
It's a lot of fucking rats.
So like, and he's whatchamacallit there, Travolta's gearing up for this plan. He's like, now you're gonna learn how to mine. It's gonna be great. And like, we pick up this other clan of humans at some point.
They just have like a whole mess of people in cages.
Yeah.
Barry Pepper is sort of like rising to be like Travolta's number one guy, sort of. Like they have this weird working relationship where it's like, all right, Barry Pepper, like I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to make you the leader of all the other people.
Yeah.
And you're going to teach them mining and whatnot. It's important to note right here, even though the film doesn't really care, that previously thought assassinated horse runs back to the camp.
Oh, right.
He gets out of that mall and he runs all the way back to the camp. And that lady friend and the fucking Nazi caveman are like, oh, your dude has been captured or whatever. And she's like, oh, cool, I'm going to run after him. And the Nazi's like, no, you won't. And she's like, you're not really a leader, and I'm just going to go now. So that's a scene that's about 45 seconds.
Sure, that's her big arc.
Yeah, she's getting a little more airtime.
But then she immediately gets kidnapped. And we get these... This is when we get the collars, the exploding collars, which, first of all, I love an exploding collar.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's that Rutger Hauer movie in spades.
Yeah, I just love an exploding collar. It's my favorite trope in movies. And like our friend, what's this guy's name? Nakota.
The man from Minnesota.
Nakoma from Minnesota.
Nakoma from Minnesota.
Who this episode is only for, and you shouldn't be listening to this if you're not him. It's supposed to be, we're supposed to be like banning certain IP addresses. Just see you now.
We don't have that technology.
It's an illegal leak if you're listening to this.
So like Nakoma said, so they wind up grabbing Travolta. They grab Barry Pepper's his lady friend there. They put a collar on her, and he's like, I'm going to blow her fucking head off, man. And he's like, okay, that's fine. He's like, and to show you, I'm going to do it on this guy. And this is the scene where he's like, but I won't kill your friend. Forrest Whittaker will.
Yeah.
And he blows it, and it happens off screen. You just see Barry Pepper react to it. I'm like, what am I doing here in Battlefield Earth? What am I doing? Just blow this guy's fucking head off.
It's one of many times when it just goes inaudible.
Yes.
Like you can't, it's just blanket music.
You know what? Like, I do need to see that melon go fucking Gallagher style, but if you're trying to like preserve that PG-13, I'm fine with like some chunks hitting Barry Pepper.
Yeah.
But
that's
also,
all right.
A red mist. Red mist.
Around here too, John Travolta just started shooting a bunch of cows as well.
Oh, right.
And it's like we see one cow's leg get shot off.
Oh, dude.
And it kind of slowly falls down. And that's like a gif I love. But like then we never see all the other cows be massacred, but they are implied to be massacred.
That action figure where it falls off.
Yes, that leg falling off reminds me, this is a great point to bring up now. The special effects in this movie are abhorrent.
Yep.
The CGI, all of these effects are so fucking bad. And like bad for 2000.
Yes, terrible for 2000. The Matrix had come out already. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
this is fucking embarrassing. And it's interesting because like the more you read about this movie, apparently they were forced to make this movie for like a staggeringly low amount of money.
It was supposed to be 75, but somebody was cooking the books. It was only about $40 million.
And like Travolta took like kind of a pay cut, but not really. So most of it went to him.
Oh, I'm getting paid.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it's George. You know, you have a lot of shootouts in your movie, huh? Well, somebody just took all the squibs in Hollywood for the next month. Who could have such power, Roger? Fuck you, bye.
You know, Roger, here's the thing, man. You just make the movie now with like the bogus cow leg falling off and whatnot. And then like 20 years later, you can make the Battlefield Earth Special Edition, man. You can put it back out in theaters, and that cow will really blow sky high.
Yeah, well, how about this? How about the cow shot first? It makes Terrell a more sympathetic character.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'll get Industrial Light and Magic to help you. Oh yeah.
Oh, Roger, what's your budget? Oh, it's only about $30 million after Travolta gets his cut. Well, hey man, I made Star Wars for $11 million in 1977. Bye.
So, at this point, speaking of wretched special effects,
Sure.
Kelly Preston comes in.
Oh, mercy.
John Travolta's beloved wife of practical magic fame. I like Kelly Preston in general.
Yeah, what the hell?
She's fine. This scene is terrible. She looks like we've seen nothing but male of these cyclos.
Right.
We've not seen a female cyclo. Male cyclos look like Klingons. Female cyclos look like Shiva from fucking Mortal Kombat 3.
Yeah, totally.
Also, Smoker Hellraiser.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got
a
a
little bit of
strong,
smoke.
I got a strong vibe.
Yeah, we
they're-
are stealing from the Cenobites left and right in this movie, I just have to say.
And like he's like, "Hey, Forrest Whittaker, meet my lady friend. She just got tape of the big fat Peter Boyle motherfucker."
Right.
And it's like, and look at her tongue and the tongue thing.
Oh, man.
What is this scene? What's the scene?
If you're look,
Imagine her licking your bunghole, motherfucker.
that's just the thing.
Yeah.
Before this, this is me speaking. I was going through without thinking about genitals or fucking buttholes or anything like that.
Absolutely.
But
Says you,
now,
dude.
now you open Pandora's box with
Yes.
this fucking tongue that I can only assume was meant to go up Turl's asshole and fucking massage his spleen.
Correction, you're opening Pandora's butt, dude.
Exactly.
This is a quick FYI.
L. Ron Hubbard, interior Denver. We're thinking about fucking tongues. Fucking sexy stuff.
We're gonna figure that out later, but definitely put tongues down.
Think about it.
You know what's hilarious is if you go to Kelly Preston's Wikipedia page, or not Wikipedia, excuse me, IMDb Tribune trivia page, or just the Tribune page, her profile page. Like the 4 selected works you put at the top, which is supposed to be like your top gigs, right?
Yeah, sure.
This, Jerry Maguire,
Sure, she's great in that movie.
Cat in a Hat,
No.
and the Amanda Bynes comedy What a Girl Wants.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
all of those are Scientology ops.
From the Kelly Preston scene, they get it over on this, on the ruler of the earth, and now he's just, Travolta's calling the shots on the entire planet.
Yeah, there is a thing I just want to say because it speaks a lot to like the mentality of a lot of the making of this movie. I feel in that scene where she's like showing the fake tongue and all this other shit or whatever. She has the tape and she kind of says something to the effect that like she's saying like she has shit. Oh, that's what it is. She's like, oh, also like if you don't take me with you and like make me your bride and whatever, I've got some shit on you. And he goes, a female getting leverage? Ah!
Yeah. Oh,
Come on.
Take a shot every time they say leverage in this movie. You'll be dead.
I thought I was watching that show I never watched. Also called Leverage.
oh, right. The leverage team.
Oh my God. So around now, like Barry Peppers and all of his buddies start exploring the world of Colorado.
Well, but how do they get around there?
Well, because he goes, what do you call it? Turtle is like, all right, you're going to mine my gold.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 1 week. And it's like, wait, what?
Have fun.
Because he can't like breathe out there.
Yeah.
But no, crucial thing. How do they get out there? Because they're in Denver.
Yeah.
And he's sending them to like sort of like the Midwest
Yeah, sure.
to do this. How do they get there? He sits in a flight simulator with Barry Pepper and he's like, this is how you fly our little space machine?
Yes.
And you just see
Teaches
there's
them
a
how to
scene
fly
where
their like transport.
Yeah, and he's teaching him how to do this thing. And he's like, all right, if you crash this one more time, I'm going to kill you. And he gets it perfectly,
Yeah.
which sets up the end of the movie, which somehow to me is the most shocking part.
Well, we're skipping over the whole fact. Introduced the bad guy from Kindergarten Cop as the leader of like the wildlings.
Yeah,
right.
Robert the Fox. This guy's
this guy, and like he also has to go into a training fucking jumble box.
That's what we're getting.
That's what's coming up
too, because now we're wandering Colorado, which is full of NORAD and deep underground military bases and all kinds of fucking crazy shit.
Oh, I keep up with the QAnon stuff. I know.
They come across a fucking flight simulator, and they're like, "It's a learning computer. Get inside there, and we can fucking learn how to fly jets."
But that is when you gotta pay attention to the little subtitles here, because we are jumping all over the United States in this movie.
Yes.
That is in Fort Hood in Texas.
Really?
Yes. After they've gone and discovered there's a bunch of gold in Fort Knox. So the whole thing is like, they're not mining. They're like, all right, a bunch of you guys pretend to mine. We found all this gold in what they used to call Fort Knox. We're just going to give it to you guys, while at the same time we're in Fort Hood using other flight simulators to train ourselves to fly these jet fighters in 14 days. This movie spits in the face of the American military and the hard work that those men and women go through training to use these machines.
A caveman could do it.
I mean, it's a completely illiterate, like, who's never learned anything aside from stick, ball, and fire.
And also, may I just point out,
Cyclo.
These planes and all these weapons and all these things that they find to be totally fine have been sitting there for 1,000 years. And these jets take off like no problem. What are you talking about?
Why not make it 1 million, Elron? Let's fucking round up, you fucking idiot.
It's so insane.
Andrew, do you remember the line when they bring the gold bars to fucking Turl?
When he gets pissed off that they're in bar form or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, since you had time to smelt it.
Then you dealt it.
Now it's 7 days for the rest of the gold.
Oh, right. Then he shortens it to 7 days, so they learn how to fly jets in 7 days.
People who don't know how to read, who don't know how to fucking, who don't know what a plane is, who don't know how to drive, they don't know how to fucking ride a bicycle, and they're flying planes.
And then Barreled Peppers tells his people that, like, well, that just means we have 7 days to take over the planet, and not only that, we're also going to blow up planet Cyclo.
Oh,
so they can't send reinforcements. So in 7 days' time, from eating rats, we are going to take over the planet Earth from this alien occupation, and also, what the fuck, blow up their home planet.
Yeah, because not only am I going to learn, are you guys all going to learn how to fly airplanes using a simulator? I'm also going to piece together nuclear fission real quick. Let me hotwire this nuke real quick.
Also, just let me quickly train an army.
Yep.
Let's just do that. Let's get ready for that one.
Well, there's a horseshit thing, and the only reason I even know this is because I was like, you're not paying attention to this movie. You better read the Wikipedia page. There's something about certain chemicals that we have on Earth like react violently in the Cyclo's atmosphere.
Yeah.
So they don't really need a nuke. This dude kind of just like lets this little bomb go off, and somehow that chain reaction is supposed to destroy the entire planet.
Sure. And he knows that because he's Barry Pepper. He was in the knowledge machine for like 25 minutes. So that's a lot of minutes.
Training expert flight officers in 7 days. It's such a slap in the face.
And we're also told at some point in this dumb movie is that the invasion, he's like, oh, right, Mr. Man-Animal, which, by the way, take a shot every time they say Man-Animal, you will be dead in 4 minutes.
Couple that with Rat Brain, dude.
All right, Mr. Man-Animal, do you know how long your entire world military lasted? 9 minutes. So, like, these people were decimated in 9 minutes, and these cavemen are going to figure this shit out better than people who trained for it the entire...
All the world governments with all their military trained more than 25 minutes.
Yes, more than 7 days.
Defeated in 9 minutes.
You can't put on a talent show in 7 days.
Trust me, I try.
You can't save the orphanage in 7 days.
You can't.
Dude, that community center is going down if all you have is 7 days.
Only if you can book Boingo Boingo.
There's a horseshit thing too where they like go to the wreckage that was once DC.
Yeah.
And Barry Pepper's like, At one time, this was our people's capital. Remember, because I was in the flashlight chair for a few minutes? I know all this. I read the Declaration of Independence upside down or some shit.
They park at the Library of Congress. Which
Oh,
is-
yes. Yeah. This is so fucking
I know all
dumb.
this shit, but they think we eat rats for some reason. Anyway.
And also around here now, Forrest Whitaker's trying to get the upper hand on John Travolta.
Right, because he tried once and Travolta like called him out on it, and Barry Pepper's like trying to get him to flip on Travolta is the idea. And there's like a disc with information because again, it's all the leverage.
It's all the fucking F plot of this movie that I could give a shit
I
about.
don't even remember what it was, but he's got leverage over Travolta, and Travolta's like, well, then I will just kill you. And it's just like, well, no, I sent it to someone else to be released in the event of my death. Oh, is it the bartender? And he pulls out the dude's head out of the I don't know, a glove compartment or something.
Dude, and like the no budget Friday the 13th movies had better decapitated heads than this thing.
It's such a stupid scene. Like nobody cared about that bartender. Nobody. Oh, one thing we have to talk about, which I'm sorry, like the glove, the feet are really stupid. The hands are so much worse.
They're like claws, kind
They're
of.
just wearing like monster gloves. It's one thing to put like, you know, because that takes like real makeup, you know, give somebody like saber-tooth claws, like in the X-Men movie or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like you go to the fucking monster store and put on monster glove and spray paint them.
So much of this was purchased at a year-round Halloween store.
It's
Definitely.
crazy. And like Travolta has to act in these fucking mittens. It's ridiculous.
But it was great because at the same time he was able to help craft services take stuff out of the oven.
Well,
Well, with the mittens.
Well, he's helpful. He's a helpful man.
So like this is kind of the end of the film, and so by the way, there's one guy. It's like the brother of the guy whose head gets exploded. Barry Pepper feels very bad about that. He gives him a lock of his hair, and he's like, "Thanks, dude." And he's like, "All right, when tomorrow happens, I will detonate the dirty bomb, and I will be the one to die." And the other guy's like, "No, we need you. I'll do it." He's like, "Oh yeah, totally cool. Thanks, dude." You got that?
Oh, you got it? Oh, that's great.
Right, because he's going to crack the dome, right? Because then it would destabilize the supply.
If they
of
breathe the
yeah.
air, they're all going to die.
But somebody needs to go to the planet, and that's a suicide mission. And Barry Pepper is a good leader, and he's going to do it. But the other guy's like, "I got it." Oh, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
What's
You
that
got
other
that,
guy's
right?
name? Like Larry
Two
or some
different
shit?
people are on suicide missions, so Barry Pepper doesn't have to be.
You guys got that right? Okay, cool. All right, now I'm gonna manage the whole situation. Though.
Yeah, Barry Pepper has his wallet out, the card out, and the guy says, "What?" and then he puts it away.
Exactly. Oh, thanks so much, man. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you.
There is another hilarious fucking thing kind of around here where Barry Pepper has like, so he's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to fly the plane into the dome. I'm also not the dude who's going to get teleported to the planet and light off the dirty bomb.
But I'm going to pay all the invoices. That's
I'm going to be doing all the paperwork. Don't worry about it. I am going to make sure the order is in for the pizza party when we're victorious at the end of all this. And also, I'm going to get in this hilarious shootout with a bunch of these like cyclo assassins. This scene of him slow-mo running through this exploding hallway, it's like 75 seconds long. We're repeating some shots.
Sure.
It's so incompetently constructed.
It's also one of these movies where all like they didn't do anything to smooth the green screen with the person.
Yeah.
So it's just like pronounced at everything, like dark edges around them.
It's so bad.
And I mean, I know that you know you're making no money on this. They're slashing your budget. You're dealing with, you know, David Miscavige is on the horn every day giving you orders, but like you've got to direct a movie better than this dude. You've just got to do it. You've got to find a way to do that better.
You know what this dude's movie was immediately before this?
What's that?
Masterminds.
Really?
Yeah, all right.
Yes.
With, Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart.
So this guy can't direct
That's
a movie.
a pretty good movie. Pretty good movie.
It's way better than this,
Oh,
though.
well, sure, but it's still the lighting. The lighting is bad in that movie too. This guy loved bad lighting.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier to do like golf carts and shit than it is to do fucking Planet Cyclone, these fucking transports.
There's a bunch of like, shockingly, there's a bunch of different information out there about this. But one of the things apparently this dude said about the Dutch angles and shit was that he wanted this, and this is total bullshit. He wanted watching this movie to feel like a comic book. And I was like, Well, not every panel of a comic book is fucking Dutch angles. What are you talking
What
about?
are you reading a fucking comic book during an earthquake? What are you talking about? Like,
Comic books don't always give me headaches.
so it's like the last assault, and like basically, the people on the ground are going to distract them. All these people are in fucking fighter jets now, and we're
piloting them perfectly. I need to see at least like one fat guy who's like, "Oh, I wasn't paying attention," and just crashes it.
Use the foot. Oh my god!
I am slightly mystified at the inclusion of fat people in these tribes, and that's just because
where does it
eating
come from?
rats
Yeah.
and rodents. Like, there's no food to go around.
You'd be
It's
very
part of the-
lean.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice.
Maybe these people. There's a secret society of people
Mm-hmm.
that know about the golden arches. Nobody else does. And there's like packets.
And those chosen by Lord Xenu knew where the golden arches was, but they didn't tell anybody because it was so good.
Davy, Ronnie's getting hungry again.
Ronnie need nuggy.
Oh my God! Did his story become all about fucking Burger King again or whatever, McDonald's?
Hey, Danny, I'm writing a real whopper in here.
Quickly feed him so he can write more of the sacred text.
This is a spicy chicken of a novel.
No. Here, eat this and go back to writing the sacred texts.
You know, Danny, the secret elixir that they have to consume to get off the planet is a shamrock shake.
No. Make it sound alien if you're gonna write Shamrock Shake. Make it Shake.
A shammer shock.
It's still a shake.
We could sell that.
So this assault is happening. We've got a lot of bad explosions. Barry Pepper is doing a lot of his like last act is so ill defined. Like, I know what Kim Coates is doing. Kim Coates is trying to blow up the dome. I know what fucking Rat Boy is trying to do. He's trying to fucking blow up the planet. And like, Pepper's just kind of running around.
He's swinging his hair a lot.
Yeah.
I've been noticing that.
Coates is successful in terms of, well, he's kind of wildly unsuccessful, but then he sees a moment that he could kill himself
Yes.
to do it. So he takes a bazooka out and shoots all these like fucking fireworks he had in his fucking transport to blow up the dome.
That's what's
insane.
pretty spectacular is like he tries to ram his jet into this dome. He only kind of cracks it through a little bit, but it doesn't go. And then magically in the cockpit of this tiny fighter jet, he pulls out this huge rocket launcher.
And he said he's had this thing. He's had a little catchphrase, "piece of cake." And he's like, "Piece of cake," and then he kills
Oh,
himself.
man.
How do you even know what cake is?
They eat rats and they know what cake is. That's what I don't understand too. It's been 1,000 years, man. You're keeping up slang like it's a piece of cake.
And like Travolta,
That's why I think it's been 20 years.
And I mean, on top of everything else, they call it pop.
well, you're up
Total
north,
problem.
dude.
This movie takes place in the central U.S.
So at this point, Travolta shows up, and I was
After being gone for a really long time. That's my gripe about this third act. It's Travolta-less for like 20 minutes.
I also was like, oh, did I miss the part where Forrest Whittaker got killed? Like, I literally thought that he was dead off screen.
Yeah.
And so like now we're fighting. It's him and Travolta. We're fighting. Barry Pepper puts the arm brace, the neck. One of the I guess there was. By the way, if you're doing exploding collars, everybody gets exploding collars. What is it fucking expensive? Like there's only got like 3.
Well,
I don't get it.
He took them off that job. They were manufacturing exploding necklaces.
Got it. No, so he puts it around Travolta's arm, and he's like, "Hey, don't you want to kill my girlfriend?" He's like, "Good idea, man, animal, rat brain." And he blows his own arm off. And again, this thing just sort of happens.
This arm just falls off like you're watching a bad Monty Python
Exactly.
sketch.
Yeah, I was thinking the Green Knight. Like,
Or,
ow.
the Black Knight, and
Black Knight,
it
yeah.
is a good Monty Python.
That's a
sketch.
great one. Yeah, but it's just like, ow. Yeah, he's just like
A bad version of a good Monty
right,
Python
yeah.
I'm not
sketch.
even sure if he does the ow. I think
No,
he
he
just goes,
doesn't.
ha again.
He casually looks at it like you'd look to be like, did a bird just shit on my shoulder? Like his arm blew up.
Yeah.
And also, come on, just the arm, like it's in a back pocket of his or something on his jacket. Like there's not more of a chunk of Travolta.
Not even wet.
Yeah,
It's not even a fucking. You throw some fucking Kool-Aid on it.
Oh, speaking of really stupid violence in this movie, when in Travolta and Forrest Whitaker's penultimate scene, the scene.
Oh, right.
When we're like, your bartender friend, and like to punish him, Travolta shoots Forrest Whitaker's hand off, and it just disappears, and it's just like bonk. I'm like, what?
That's what those guns, they fucking make those things do whatever.
Yeah, like, right, because there's parts where you see it and they like blow out a dude's chest.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time it's just like, whoa. Like it like goes into them and stuns them.
First time in the mall, it's like a sonic boom.
Yes.
Like the guy fucking lifts off.
You'd think you could just settle on the one thing that these guns do, or at least have a thing where it's like, turn it to the whatever's setting, like turning this gun to vaporize now.
And then the rat kid goes and
whose name is Mickey, by the way, which is funny. Mickey Mouse.
Oh.
Mickey Rat Kid. Yeah.
And he blows up the other planet, and this thing just kind of goes up.
The entire planet lights up.
The entire planet.
And there's like a bunch of reinforcements from Cyclo that are, I guess, about to transport down to Earth. So then it just wipes out all of them, wipes out the entire planet, to the point where within seconds, we can't even find remnants of this planet. We see space empty.
Yep.
It just it blows up more efficiently.
You want chunks, is what you're saying.
I want a little I want a little debris. I want a
asteroids.
little. Yeah,
and then they'll never get chunks.
Eric, that was after the ratings at the end. It was just a black screen. It was
like
over. The movie was over.
It's like a million cyclos cried out in anger.
Hey, Davey, I'm done watching Star Wars. Want to put on Empire Strikes Back? Don't mind about that bee in the bathroom.
I'm actually, I think it's a wasp.
So, and that's like kind of the end of the movie. John Travolta's in a cage inside Fort Knox.
Oh,
This
man,
is
is
so
that
funny.
dumb.
And we're like kind
Forrest
of
Whittaker shows up and he's like, "Well, you finally got all the gold you wanted."
And they're like, "Oh wait, you're a good guy." He's like, "Yes, I'm a good guy now. Goodbye, movie."
They made me top. I'm sorry, they made me top cyclone.
Head cyclone.
There's two left. And I mean, and the thing is, I know you hated John Travolta. Totally want to fuck him over.
Sure.
Do you want to perform mass genocide on your own people? Like,
also,
anyone you've ever known?
You had 5 wives you've talked about in this film. They're
but
dead.
he was pumped to get rid of them, though, and exchange them for new ones. He
I know,
does
but now
mention
he's
that
got
to John Travolta.
none at all.
No
he's
chance.
Now he's just fucking masturbating nonstop.
Maybe Bookend has a fucking sister, like Theme.
They're all dead.
Kelly
man.
Preston's dead. That beautiful tongue is gone.
So sad.
And like, Barry Pepper's like, "Yeah, man, you're gonna be in there for the rest of your life because it's possible." And this is like a total sequel set. It was like, if there's any other cyclos that come around looking for us, we're gonna use you as leverage. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, because then it's proof that his greed is what destroyed the home planet and not the human. You know,
God, who gives a
still
shit?
think if cyclones come to Earth, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna fucking destroy this planet."
9 minutes.
Yeah.
Remember, you fucking told me 9 minutes.
Yeah, goals. 1, leverage. 2, freedom.
First you get the sugar, then you get the women, then you get the leverage.
Well, because the last moment, and you think this movie is, it starts with man as extinct. Like maybe the last shot is like him and Barry Pepper and this woman. Maybe they have a child together. We see like them reforming society. No, it's literally the last line is Forrest Whittaker be like, "Well, you always wanted gold, enjoy it," and then John Travolta's like, and then credits, and it's like, what?
It fades out on like this wide shot of John Travolta in Fort Knox. What?
You gotta get ready for Battlefield Mars. Shit's gonna happen, it's happening.
And one of the most fitting things I think for this movie, I watched it all the way through the credits, just like kind of left Netflix on.
Oh, how did you do that? Did you have to fucking dismantle your Netflix? Because Netflix wanted to show me a trailer of something I could never ever want to watch.
It was some bullshit thing that was starting in 17 seconds.
Oh fuck.
What the fuck? You know what, Netflix? Pretend I'm not a stupid baby. Let me watch these credits.
And everyone's trying to do this now. Like all the other TV networks are now like having their QC people like who have to watch the feature time out when the credits are so they can instantly cut to a trailer or some other fucking thing.
It's fucking criminal.
The idea of audience retention is bullshit.
I can enjoy and see who fucking worked on this movie, and maybe I'll see the stinger scene or whatever the fuck.
No. But you know what? You'd like a fucking preview for whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you know what, Steve? Fuck you. Umbrella Academy's coming up in 17
exactly.
seconds.
You better fucking like it because you're gonna sit there all fucking day, you piece of fat shit, and you're gonna watch every fucking thing we've put out. That's the way these companies act.
I just like to put on Netflix and whatever happens, happens, man.
Whoa! I didn't mean to binge watch that, but I did.
Netflix. I watch Netflix cover to cover, man. Just end to end.
I'm stupid.
To be fair, even the best boy wanted to use a different name
well, yeah.
on this movie in the credits.
We can't all be Alan Smithy.
It's gonna look weird.
Alan Smithy, the 18th.
Yes.
Apparently, one of the screenwriters like wanted his he wanted to try to use a Alan Smithy or a fake name or something, and because of like WGA rules, he couldn't do it. And then he was like, "Fine, fuck it, take my name out of the movie." And their agent was like, "That's kind of a bad idea."
Yeah.
I don't know, agent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'd rather just not get the credit. It's fine.
But these credits, by the way, it's sort of indicative of the entire movie. These are some of the cheapest, shittiest credits. It's this horrendous green font. It just looks flat. The font's this fucking fat letter font.
You know, the music reminded me of actually, which because there's no popular music whatsoever. Like that would be a fun thing, right? If we're discovering stuff, maybe we, oh wow, a CD player or something. If
oh look, Coal Chamber.
Wait, what's this? The next track is Placebo. This is a mixtape, guys.
But
what is a mud vein?
I would like it if it was like no, but it reminded me of a Jason X a bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that.
Yep. It's like pseudo-triumphant military score.
While your AOL Instant Messenger profile is fucking scrolling down.
Yes, it's so bad. And I was like, that's the movie in a nutshell, is this fucking credit scroll.
I'm writing my away message for AIM right now.
Yes, I'm going to use lyrics from Taking Back Sunday. They'll know how emotional I'm getting.
Put it up. We're going to McDonald's.
Oh, fuck, man. That's the end of this horrid movie. Would anybody recommend
Coming
it?
up next on HeadGum, we've got a lot of exciting stuff because you can't fucking listen to the end of this show.
Autoplay. Fuck you.
Exactly.
That's what it's like. You're like, oh, I want to see what the end of. Oh no, I don't.
Yep.
I can't.
Yep.
Sorry. Continue.
No, you continued. Would you recommend the movie?
No. I even as a, I guess this is my second time through. It's 2 hours. It's just under 2 hours.
Like 158 or something.
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth the ride. It is like read about this movie, watch the trailer, maybe watch like 4 minutes of Travolta's performance. There is no reason to watch this end to end.
I do think it's worth the ride. I think it is that anomaly. There are so many wrong and bad decisions that were made in this movie that I was just stunned by watching. Yeah, I can't really. And I should. It's good that you're all here. I wanted to start my own petition to get the rats removed from Battlefield Earth because I think it's really stupid and it really weakens the movie.
What should they be replaced with?
Smaller cows.
Yeah, maybe
walkie-talkies.
Dude, if little cows or walkie-talkies would be good.
Take that part out where Travolta calls Barry Pepper penis breath. Did that happen? No, it's also E.T.
Oh, right. That movie. Wow. Yikes.
Got put back for the Blu-ray though, or the 4K.
Good.
I mean, Spielberg knew it was up. I was like, you know what, George? I tried your shit. It sucked.
Yeah.
Well, they it turns out they had the technology to say penis breath at the time. But okay, so I'm kind of leaning Chris with this.
Mm-hmm.
that this movie, while being reprehensible and hard to watch, actively challenging.
Yep.
It is kind of a watch it because it's like this is every single thing done wrong for your enjoyment. So it's a light recommend kind of.
Right. I'm in Camp Sadag here. I'm spending the summer at Camp Sadag.
Yeah, dude.
This
What a
is
scam that is.
this is abhorrent. Like, it's so incompetent. And like, I feel like what you know, like whatever you've heard about this movie in the last almost 20 years since it was released, that's more than you ever need to know about the movie. And if you want an example of Travolta shitting the bed, just watch that Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 remake. That movie is fucking horrendous.
Keep an eye on the last 5 years of his career.
When is that Fred fucking Durst movie coming out? God damn it.
I don't know, dude.
Where he's got that bowl cut?
Right. He's like playing like a celebrity stalker.
Yeah.
And it's directed by Fred.
Yeah, sorry.
Right,
It's directed
yeah.
by Fred. He's not playing Fred Durst.
That would be fucking awesome. Could you imagine?
Limp Bizkit rocking this set like Russian roulette.
It's kind of the same voice.
It's kind of the same.
Yeah.
That is Battlefield Earth from the year 2000, directed by Roger Christian. If you want more We Hate Movies, head on over to patreon.com/We Hate Movies. We've got a bonus episode up on Lara Croft : Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Big
you
one.
don't want to miss out on that episode. It was a ton of fun. Way more fun than this.
Yeah, you don't want that garbage.
Big
Oh
time.
my
We
God,
also
it was
got
the most fun I've ever had in my life. So you really
Wow.
you should
What a
actually
shit life.
listen to it and donate to the Patreon.
Does your wife listen to the show?
Patreon.com/We Hate Movies. She gave up a while ago.
I would say the most fun I've ever had was because my wife also gave up a while ago. Is the Gleep Glossary this month, which
Right.
where Sebulba was available. We did it.
That's right. He was finally available. We got some time in his schedule.
Yeah, it's like almost 40 minutes of us going through the mythos of Sebulba and his grandchildren.
Yeah, who knew? You
Yeah.
knew you'd find yourself at this station in life.
Animation Damnation. We've got Stripperella coming up.
Oh, shudder.
We've also got the Nexus, a very special one with some TNG and some DS9, motherfuck.
That is right, because this is, of course, Listener Request Month here on We Hate Movies. So thanks again to Nakoma from Minnesota for getting us to finally talk about Battlefield Earth. And this brings us to one final Listener Request Month episode next week. Steve Sadak, what that be?
I almost said Coal Chamber because you had that in my fucking
Sorry,
brain.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it is Chill Factor.
Right,
There
of
you go.
course.
Not Fear Factory either. That's not part of
Oh,
it.
God.
Not the show Fear Factor.
Chill
Fear
Factor
Fac-
open for the Deftones. It's a whole different kind
Fear
of.
Factory was bad.
Fear Factory was bad.
Very good.
Chill Factor is a Cuba Gooding Jr. and Skeet Ulrich co-production.
That
Where-
sounds bad too.
Yeah, oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, no, fucking figure that out, man. And we try to the best of our abilities next week on We Hate Movies with Chill Factor. Until then, I'm Andrew Jupin.
Steven Sadak.
Chris Cabin.
Eric Siska.
Take it easy.
That was a headgum podcast.